How many garages do you own?
2. I've got 2 Engen branded sites, one in Alexandra in Johannesburg and one in Pietermaritzburg in Kempsdrift.
Saying, one will say, are there no funding in this space where I can, but is there money if I'm an operator?
Money in the business?
Yes.
We wouldn't be in the business. So
what an
our
answer.
business is a numbers game. The more liters you have, so the more cars, so the more petrol you sell, that's where you make more money. I must say for this year, I've done very well compared to the other years. And even Engen, they came to my side to ask, how did I do it? Because our sales, they just went up. But I always say it's consistency and cleanliness. With most restaurants who make more money, it's not about the food. It's about the toilet, how clean it was. There are challenges, but it's a good business. I always say it's a business where you could build legacy for your children. The country, we are the highest employer. I'm sure you know that. That's why our petrol stations will never be like in America where people fill up for themselves. In South Africa, you just walk in, the customers, they steal from you. So shrinkages, you need to be careful. You need to count your stock. In the petrol, in the forecourt, there are people who come to fill up. They know very well they don't have money. They run off. So we go through the lot. We go through a lot as petrol station owners. You need to be prepared. It comes with its own packages. You need to be prepared not to sleep at night. I always say to people who are coming in, you must treat a fuel station as your baby. You must nurse it. You have to nurture it. That's why, for me, it's very important to stay very close to my fuel station where I can be able to travel at any time of the night because things do happen. At 2 a.m. you wake up. As a woman, I drive from Sandton to Alexandra in the middle of the night. But also, I must mention that in our industry, there's nothing called a conflict of interest. As an operator or as business owner, you are allowed to own different oil brands. You can own an Engen, you can own a Shell, you can own an Astron Energy, you can own anything. So there's nothing like a competition. Yes, we compete for the market share and the liters, obviously, but there's no hatred. We love it and people vote. And Engen, I think it's the 16th time we've won the best fuel station in the country. Things, and also if they park with you, the first thing they will do in the morning, they'll fill up with you. So those are the 2 things basically. And when you have taxi people parking at your side, nobody will just come in and do whatever they like because the taxi industry will definitely protect you.
Okay. Yazin, guys, I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to do a podcast interview with someone who is in the petroleum space. How many garages do you own? 2.
I've got 2 Engen branded sites, one in Alexandra in Johannesburg and one in Pietermaritzburg in Kempsdrift.
Okay. So, you know what? There's no, out of all interviews that I've done, this one, I was looking forward to this one. And I'll tell you why. There's less knowledge about the space. But where do you want us to start? Because I've got a lot of questions.
Bring it on. Okay. We can start anywhere.
Maybe let me ask questions this way. If I want to get into the space from zero, here am I'm at home. I'm thinking I want to get into this space. I want to own or I want to get into the franchise. Where do I go? Where do I start? What's the starting point?
Okay. Firstly, you have to have money. It's very important to start saving. I always teach even the staff that I work with that it's important to save money because when you go to borrow from the bank, from all the other even government institutions, they'll want to see what are you bringing to the table. So it's important to have something in your kitty, some money that you have saved to show that you are serious about starting a business. So start by saving money first. Have something to show when you go to apply to the oil companies for owning a fuel station or any business for that matter.
But specifically today, we want to focus on the petroleum space. Okay, so now that, you are saying I need to save money. But one will say, but I can have a site. For instance, there's a story somewhere in not Eastern Cape, but Limpopo, Tzanini to be specific, where there was a site and a certain individual wanted to use that, and it was approved according to the story that I had. All these companies, I think it was Shell, who said, no, this space can be used. In fact, there is prospect of success if they were to open that. So one will say, I've identified a site. So is there no way where I can source funding, without, I don't have money, I'm black, I'm coming from a poor background, I've got a site.
I always say when you have land, you have got everything. We all know that land is still in the hands of the other people. As black people, we don't have access to land. So when you have land, I'm always happy with people who come from the rural areas, because there it's very easy and land is accessible. So when you have land, there are things that you have to follow. If the land is owned by you, you've got proof that let's say you've got a title deed or whatever, or the letter from the king, if it's land from the rural areas. You then there are certain things that you have to follow. First of all, there's a thing called a traffic count that needs to be done, so that our company can be able to say, yeah, there is a potential. A traffic count means they must count the number of cars that pass through this site or through this property. So that one will determine, is it going to be profitable? The business is going to be profitable because there are cars who are going to be coming and filling up at this place. The second thing that you have to do is an environmental study, because there are people there are companies who are doing those environmental studies to see if building a petrol station is not going to affect the environment. There are people who live in the area, there's water, there's so many things. There are environmentalists in the country who specialize in those things, who are able to say yeah or nay. So those are the two things first that you need to be able to do, so that then at that point you can then go to an oil company, if that's the way you want to go, to say, okay, I've got this piece of land, I've done my traffic count, I've done my environmental study, this is the proof. It can happen. Then that's when you start negotiating with them to say they want to develop the land for you, because clearly you don't have the money, as you have clearly said. They want to develop the land for you because they've seen a potential. Remember, nobody wants to invest in anything, in something that there's no potential. So if their numbers are talking to them, and they can see that they will make money when the petrol station is built and it's operating, then you have that agreement with them, you sit down, and then you decide whether they're going to build the place for you. When they build, they will put the tanks underground, they'll put the pumps, and they will then build the shop, which is the quick shop or whatever it's called. It depends on the oil company, the building basically. So, and then there are other things that you have to own. There are generators, there are compressors, for the business to move. So the discussion will be around those things. But if you have money, there's also another way where you can build yourself. You can build the infrastructure, which you have to put your own tanks, you have to put your pump, you have to do your own building. And at that stage, you then say to them, everything is there. I just need a supply agreement from you, which means the oil company is not going to own anything. You own the land, you own the building, you own the tanks, you own the pumps. Everything is yours. You just need them to come and supply you with fuel and then brand the place so that it's seen as the brand. We've got brands in the country, those popular ones, the likes of Engen, the Shells, the Totals, the, BPs and all. So you've got that choice, Sasol and them, or A Strong Energy. You can go and approach any of those oil companies to have such an agreement. You can go and knock on all these doors, and then what the best agreement is what will make you happy. So when you then have that agreement, they will then discuss with you what are the margins. How much are you going to make now if they build for you or you build for yourself? Where you make the margins are on the fuel. When you buy, how much you buy and how much you sell for. So that's the difference. So that's where you make your money, between what you buy from the oil company and what you sell for. The difference is yours. Ne? So that's the agreement. So then you go to Shell, and Shell says, okay, I'm going to give you R1.80. Engen says, I'm going to give you R2.40. And then another one will say, you must decide because you are happy with the deal. So that's what happens when you have the land. And then the other part is people like us who don't have the land, who applied with oil companies. So I will say this, all oil companies, they've got websites. So what you do as an individual, you go on the website. There's a Shell website, there's an Engen website, there's also all of them, they've got websites where they advertise these franchise opportunities. You go there, you apply, you put your details, they ask you questions, you put everything there, and then you send it through. The machine, because you're now dealing with the website, the machine will then decide who qualifies. They ask questions like, how much money do you have? The money part always comes first. It's called unencumbered funds. You have to show that there's money, there's something that you have. They will ask you how much unencumbered funds do you have. You write it down. Then after you've been, then the system will then say which people are going to be interviewed, or they're going to ask them for business plans or proof of funds and things like that. Then you'll get a letter later, maybe a month or so. It says, okay, you've passed the process. Now we need you to send us a proof of your funds. We need you to send us a business plan. We need you to send us financial projections. Go. Sometimes they'll give you the number of the person who's selling, the seller at that part, the current operator, to go and ask for information, which will be needed when you put together your business plan. You must do your due diligence so that you can see what you're applying for will make money for you. What the asking price as well. You need to check if the asking price is good enough for you to be able to pay that money, and the loan that you're going to apply for will be able to pay back this amount of money that you're going to apply for. So there's going to be a goodwill, which is the selling price. There's going to be a capital, the money that you need to operate now. Remember, you have to pay for the stock. It's wet stock and the dry stock. The wet stock is the fuel that goes underground, which you have to pay in advance in most oil companies. And then there's a dry stock, which is things that you sell in the shop. Then there are salaries. Then there are uniforms. Then there's a generator. Then there's a compressor. There are a lot of other things. There's a deposit at the municipality if you have to pay, go and open your account. So there's a lot. So that's why I always say, have some money in your bank so that you can be able to...
You have done a great job. There was no need for me to distract her, because she's been doing exactly what I asked for. And I said, so you've been breaking things down, and for that, let me give it to you. Now, let's say, one will say, are there no funding in this space where I can just go into this specific institution and say, guys, I see there's a site here. I've done my inquiries. However, like you are saying, the traffic counts and all the stuff, I don't have the funds to sow such data. So much so that I can get all these things. Probably it will put me somewhere, man, in a better position in terms of funding.
Definitely.
Are there no channels?
No, there are. In this country, because of unemployment, the government is doing their best to try and keep the unemployment rate, especially within the youth. So there are definitely places where you can go. I'm going to mention the government entities because that's where we need to start. I mean, for the youth, there's SIDA, there's SIFT. They are now called SIFA, I think. Yeah, I think there was a...
yes, I saw that join
SIDA and SEDFA, yeah. And then there's NEF. And also, I think there's also business partners. There was a stage where business partners was giving money. There's also Masitutuge from Old Mutual. But also, the financial institutions are now willing to give people the money to be able to start businesses. I'm not going to mention them because we all know the financial institutions in the country. They are now starting to see that there is potential in our industry, and they are really opened up, and they're really willing to assist, to say, come, we are here to listen to you. Come apply for funding. But yeah, the likes of SIDA, I know for a fact that SIDA will help you with the due diligence, for instance, to do those things. I'm not too sure about doing the environmental study because those things, they cost money as well. To hire the consultants to do the traffic count, those things, they cost money. It's not like cheap, but it's something that you can always go. Knocking doors is very important when you are a young person and you are willing to do things. People will never close a door on you if they can see that you are a go-getter. You want to do this. You go and you knock on the doors and people listen to you. That's why I'm mentioning CEDA for one, because I know they've been listening to people. I think there was another youth organization. It's just that I'm no longer a youth. I can't remember what it used to be called. I'm sure you remember. It was.
You're not talking about NYDA?
NYDA. I think all those.
Surely you have exited the
long time ago.
Yeah, if you have forgotten
long time
NYDA.
ago.
But
yes.
It's fine.
So I'm sure, and that's why I'm encouraging young people to go and knock at these doors so that they can be able to be assisted. I don't believe Vuguti they'll be chased away and said no. As long as they can see that you are passionate about this and you are really willing. I mean, I always say to people, if you don't take risk, you regret for the rest of your life. Rather go and knock at those doors and then you see what they're saying. But money is out there. Young people must go out and ask. You can only say get a no or a yeah. If you don't try, you're not going to get anything. So I really encourage young people to go and look for money because money is there. It's just that people don't know that they can go out there and ask for money.
Thank you. So, okay, you have mentioned the traffic count. You have mentioned,
environmental
data, environmental studies. From there, where to? What will be the next step?
Then that's when the oil companies get involved, and then I did explain that you then have that discussion to say which oil company you are going for. Then if you agree on them building for you, then they will build. If you agree that you are going to be the operator, because remember now, you are the landlord.
Yes.
So there's two things. It's either you are a landlord and the operator, or you are just a landlord. You are sitting at home and just collecting the rent. Now, the oil company will then run the show. They will then look for an operator. They will appoint a person who's going to be the business person now. And then it goes back to what I explained before, where people go into the website and apply. So that's for operators. Operators like myself. I'm an operator. I'm not a landlord. I don't have any piece of land. So you then decide at that point, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a referee and the player, where you are a landlord and the operator? There are people who are doing both, because I think it works for them as well. But there are people who are also, they don't want the headache of running a business. They just want to collect money and be landlords and just keep collecting money at the end of the month, which is also nice. I would love to do that. But
because when you own the property like McDonald's, they own the properties.
They just collect the rent.
I'm told that they make more money from from renting out the properties than the actual McDonald's. Okay, fine. So you are just an operator. So you've got two engine garage. Both of them, you are just an operator.
I'm just an operator, a business owner.
Okay. So maybe if you can make it make sense to me, or someone sitting at home, then I have to ask the question: is it worth it financially? And please, I want us to break it down here, and I'm going to tell you why. I understand in South Africa. I once listened to a sermon where somebody was saying people are driving fast, or people are wearing miniskirts, some are driving on the fast lane, eating fast food. Everything of ours was like, it's fast. And here we are not preaching the gospel of fast. We understand if you want to make money in business, there's patience, there's longevity, there's what. So I'm not asking from the perspective of fast. But is there money if I'm an operator?
Money in the business?
Yes.
We wouldn't be in the business.
What an answer.
We would have closed long time ago. There are challenges, but it's a good business. I always say it's a business where you could build legacy for your children, for your generations to come. If you operate it properly, you don't think that all the money that's in the business is yours. Remember, we are a cash business, and there's cash flow issues in the business. It's big, because we operate with cash on daily basis. Our turnovers are very high. So most people, they look at the turnover and think, oh my word, let me go and get the Land Rover, the latest. No, it doesn't work like that. That money does not belong to you. It belongs to the oil company. We only get, remember I did say the difference between the selling price and the price that you pay to purchase the fuel. So that difference is very little. So you need to be able to manage that. And also, in our business, is a numbers game. The more liters you have, so the more cars, so the more petrol you sell, that's where you make more money. It's a numbers game.
Okay. So, wait. So one will say, when you say, as you are saying this is a numbers game, but you are also saying that there are people who might see the numbers and say, Range Rover same time. So it then suggests that sometimes the pockets can be a bit full.
Yeah. No, but that's why I said your turnover is not your money. Your turnover is not your money. The turnover might be huge, but your margins are very little. So that's where you come in. You manage that, which is your cash flow. You need to manage it very well and know how much and you need to be careful as well. You must pay yourself a salary. You cannot take your problems at home and think you are going to put those problems on the business. As an operator, you must have a salary like everybody who's working in the business. Remember, you are also working. So you can't be taking money from the business and go and solve your problems at home. So you need to be able to understand your operations, to understand your expenses, to understand your money that is coming in, your income versus your expenses. You need to understand those things, because if you don't, that's where the problem is. Our expenses are very high. I mentioned earlier on that there are so many things that you need to pay for. We've got high salaries. Remember, in the country, we are the highest employer. I'm sure you know that. That's why our petrol stations will never be like in America where people fill up for themselves.
I get it.
In South Africa, we are the highest employers. So there is no way we would have automatic petrol stations, because we need to employ those young people who don't have the jobs.
Okay.
So we've got high wage bills. We have a lot that we're paying for. We've got electricity. We're paying for water.
Generators during load shedding.
That's worse. That's the worst one. Don't even mention that. During load shedding, that money that we are losing when we put diesel, it doesn't come back. It just goes away. So you need to be careful of all those things. Your expenses, you need to watch your expenses. There are things in the business that will really take your money away. There's shrinkage. Remember, when there's money, there are people who are also thinking of stealing from you. There are suppliers who take from you. There are people who just walk in, the customers, they steal from you. So shrinkages, you need to be careful. You need to count your stock. In the petrol, in the forecourt, there are people who come to fill up. They know very well they don't have money. They run off. So we go through the lot. We go through a lot as petrol station owners. Our stresses, I've grown gray hairs. I am old, but not that old that I should have gray hairs. But I do have gray hairs now because of the stresses that we go through. It's a lot, It's a nice business to operate, but you need to be prepared. It comes with its own packages. You need to be prepared not to sleep at night. I always say to people who are coming in, you must treat a fuel station as your baby. You must nurse it. You have to nurture it. That's why, for me, it's very important to stay very close to my fuel station where I can be able to travel at any time of the night, because things do happen. At 2 a.m., you wake up. As a woman, I drive from Sandton to Alexandra in the middle of the night because I have to do it. There are so many things that happen.
Oh, no wonder when I was arranging this podcast, there was a time where I'm like, okay, it's happening this time. And then you're like, oh no, let's rearrange.
There's so much.
It's because you needed to rush to KZN.
Yes.
Sort the petrol station.
So for me, I travel between the provinces every month. I come to Joburg. Although I've been in Joburg for 11 years now. We bought it 12 years ago. Unfortunately, it was my husband who bought it, and he passed away 6 months after he bought the petrol station. So I had to take over. So I have been in the business for 11 years, and I would say the petrol station in Alexandra is now a world-old machine. My son is still running it. I've got managers. I would always say, I'm very grateful to God because I am able to train people to duplicate myself. So every person who works at my site, they know what mommy wants. They know that they have to do things the way I do them. So I sleep at night very well, even when I'm in KZN, because I know my staff are doing the right thing. I still come every month because when the cat is away, sometimes the mice. So I have to keep checking on them, but I don't micromanage them. I let them do the right thing because they know what I want.
Wait, there's something that I find it very interesting. In fact, I can see that. I'll tell you how I picked it up. Your husband bought a petrol station, then died 6 months later.
Uh-huh.
You then took over the petrol station.
Yeah.
It's the one in Alexandra.
Yes.
After taking over, you've been running this thing.
Yes.
11 years minus the year where he died.
Yeah.
Successfully.
Yeah.
I want to start there.
Thank God.
How did he do it that he transferred the vision to you and you understood the vision such that 11 years later, the business is still running? And I'm going to tell you why I'm asking this question. And it is important for you to answer this question as a black person, because had he died with the business, you know what we will say?
Oh, no.
The snake.
Yeah.
He died with his things. The snake.
Hey, it's black people.
Exactly. So how did you do it? What
the transition.
the understanding between you and him when you were doing all of these things? How did you do it?
Okay. First of all, my husband was an academic. He was not really interested in running the business. He said it from the beginning that, Tammy, you are the one who's going to run this business. I'm going to build it. He was an intelligent man. He built the business. He put systems in place. He was very good with putting systems in place. And he said, you will run the business and you will look after us and the children. I will go back and lecture at the university because that was his passion. My husband was an intelligent man. He didn't want to spend his time at the fuel station, but he knew what he was supposed to do. He was the best. He was the best in terms of systems. He put the system in place. He knew exactly what to do, and he knew he was going to leave it with me. It was so unfortunate that he left early. And at the time, really, I had no idea what was going on. I was just thrown in the deep end. And I just prayed to God. I said, God, if you left me with this, it has to happen. I don't want to lie. For the first year, I was just walking on top of the world, like I'm walking on the clouds. I was like a zombie. I didn't know what was going on. I was just thrown in the deep end. It was the hardest time of my life. But I always give this to God and the people who supported me at that time. My brother and my partner who I met months later, they've been my pillar of strength. They really held my hand to be where I am today because I wouldn't have done it alone.
Do you mind giving them shout out if you want to?
No, of course. I always give them a shout out to my brothers. Yeah, my younger brother who comes after me. He's been a breath of fresh air. And my partner, Evans Muzua. I mean, he held my hand. I wouldn't be where I am without those two guys.
You just said your partner. Is it a business partner or a life partner?
No, my life partner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he taught me everything that I know about business today. So really,
you have been a beneficiary of men who did not throw you or walk over you or treated you like you're just an object, but rather, I'm asking this or I'm saying this because some will say we've never been a beneficiary of such treatments, and they will then have a different perspective about men. But it looks like from intimate relationship to the brotherhood next to you, as well as now the life partner again, it looks like God has assigned the right people.
Yeah, into my life. I'm gonna mention as well another lady who used to work for Engen.
Yes.
Who really, really stood by me and supported me. Because when my husband passed away, I'm sure they did not think that I was gonna be able to run the business. But she's the one who actually stood up and said, give this woman an opportunity. She's got a stronger personality than her husband. Please allow her to take over this business. Because at that time, Engen was not too sure whether they should take the business away and sell it to somebody who was able to take the business to another level. Because Alexandra is not an easy place to be at. So I can imagine how unsure the way to say, this young lady, is she going to be able to make it? She just lost her husband. She's got a 5-year-old baby. How is she going to survive? She doesn't even have the background. I'm sure all those things were going through their minds.
Those questions
exactly.
myself.
And I don't blame them. They had to. But Thandeka stood and said, no, give her the opportunity. She will do it and she can do it. And you know what? I did.
Okay. Now, there's another aspect as well, because I pointed out the husband intentionally, your brother, the late and the current one, and your brother, and then you brought Thandeka. But then, from there, the vision was successfully transferred, and you having your own individuality, you also fitted into this thing.
Yeah.
You also wanted it despite the challenges.
Yes.
Now, let's move from you now wanting it, adapting to the environment. Then you move to a point where you transfer now the vision. How did you do it? Because I'll tell you why. You just say the people at the Engen garage, especially the Alexandra one, you told me that even your son knows what to do. Right. So it looks like you have successfully transferred this skill, this vision. They understand everything. How did you do it? Just there.
It's a matter of systems again. You put systems in place and you then invite people who are willing to build with you. Remember, when you employ people, employing or hiring people is very important. Who you hire. You cannot hire people who are just coming to earn salaries. You need to be able to identify people who are coming to build with you. So with me, I'm very aware of those things. I make sure that when you come into my space, I explain these things. I said, you know what? We are getting into a relationship here. And I want this relationship to last for the longest time. Are you in this for a long haul, or you just here to play games and live? Of course, they come and go sometimes, but most of the time, my staff, they stay for the longest time. So you need to understand those things. And I keep relationships. Even with my friends. I've had friends who have been friends since I was 5 years old. So that's how I am with staff as well. I have to keep them. I have to make sure that they understand why we are here, why we are building this. Because it's not only for me and my children, it's also for them. I don't want to live when I go. If I die one day, people, they don't know what I've left for them. Everybody that has passed my path or I've passed their path, they need to be happy and say, that woman made a difference in my life. And that's my prayer every day. When God lifts me up, He lifts me up to take other people with me. My prayer every day, I said, God, every day, let me touch at least one soul a day and make a difference in their lives. So with my staff, all of them, they know everything I do it for them. My staff are my best friends. Even when I have everything, when I achieve everything, they're the first ones to know, because they are the ones who make it possible. I can never enjoy anything without them. They are my breath. We love each other. We are family.
Oh, okay. So now you just mentioned the issue of staff, and now you're making me ask even more questions. Because then it leads me to this one. I want to divide this into two, so I'll ask this way and then the other one. Other people will say they are experiencing, stock theft?
Yeah.
People are stealing from
yes.
you.
Oh, yes.
So have you experienced that, or amongst the people that you know, who has ever experienced that, and how did they deal with that?
Stealing, it's something that you cannot afford. It happens. I always say to people, if a person is stealing from me, he mustn't steal from me to get finished, to die, my business to die. If really, I'm not encouraging stealing. It's a bad thing. I don't even want it. And if you are caught stealing in our industry, you are gone. It's not a negotiable thing. It's an immediate dismissal. I do not encourage anyone to steal. But you'll find that a person stole because they really needed money for whatever reason. But I always encourage them to come and ask, then to be caught stealing, because stealing is just totally unacceptable. To be honest with you, I would be lying to you. I don't believe people steal from me. Maybe that's the way I am. I would never walk around and say my staff steal from me. Maybe they do. I haven't experienced it. And That's why I'm saying it's important to put systems in place so that you can cap those things, shrinkages and all. Things do go missing. And when they do go missing, and I put system to say, if cigarettes go missing and you're a cashier and it's your responsibility to look after these cigarettes and they're missing, you're going to pay for it, my friend. It's just like that. If the loops are going missing and it's your responsibility to look after them, you have to pay for it. The issuing at the back office, the person who issues those things to the front office needs to be able to count those things on daily basis and make sure that the sales and what we have on stock corresponds. They talk to each other. If those things are not talking, my sister or my brother, you have to explain to me why my stock is short. There shouldn't be any variances in place. So keep system in place, follow up, check with your staff if they're doing the right thing. Because if you don't check, you are going to be a boss and just lie down and go to Maldives or Bali and be on holiday and not check if the people are doing the right thing. Obviously, your money will grow legs. Because that's where you miss, your money gets lost in your stock. You really lose it.
What I'm hearing, guys, is that your boss trusts you. That's the bottom line, is that your boss trusts you.
I do.
And also your boss loves you. That's what I heard.
They know.
Everything else,
that they know.
I get it, but the two are my takeaway points. Your boss loves you. Your boss trusts you.
They know.
Now, fast forward, ne? I said I've got two questions almost in the same category. So now you have answered the one in relation to the staff. Now let's talk to the clients now. People come with a new Raptor. Oh, you're like, oh, but this is the latest car. I've seen videos, you're like, oh, man, this car. If you're driving this car, we don't expect you to steal petrol.
And run away.
Exactly. You're like, my friend, how did you buy this car if you can't afford petrol?
Oh, my Lord, they do.
So how do you deal with us clients stealing petrol from you guys? Now your petrol attendant now has to explain.
Pay. And they have to pay, unfortunately. They do. It's so unfortunate because we don't have insurance for such things. Customers are really, really putting us in a difficult position. They do run away. To be honest with you, on my sides, both sides in Maritzburg and here, we have not experienced that much of people who run away. It's in the township in Alexandra, but people in Alexandra are very decent people. They don't run away. They don't. We have cases once or twice in a year. A year's got 365 days, but we have cases like once or twice. And also another thing that sometimes they do, they take chances and they say, your fuel has got water. I mean, really, where would you find Engen, a big company like that, giving us petrol with water? There are so many things customers will come and say to try and make money off you because they think we print money. We don't print money. We don't. We really have so much that we need to pay for, and we still look after our people. We need to pay salaries and make sure our people are well paid. I have to mention this. We are the most, I'll say we are the highest payers as well when it comes to the retail. If you compare us with the other retail shops, we are the highest. We pay better than, I'm not going to mention them. We all know the retail shops in the country.
Yes.
We pay much more than them, including restaurants, including the food, the QSRs. We pay way more than them.
Yeah, it's the second time you mentioned this point. Maybe let's explore here. You have mentioned that you pay better than them.
All the retailers in the country.
Please elaborate. Just there, are you saying this in terms of the basic salaries?
Yes. Our salaries, we've got rates. They are called the share rate, which is mainly people who work in the bakery and merchandisers, and then there's fuel attendant rates, and then there's cashier's rate, then there's back office rates, and. So those rates are much more better than what a cashier at a retail store will get paid. So that's what I'm saying. We pay way more. I'm not too sure whether it's because we work with hazardous goods, but also our guys, they work very hard. If you think about it, the amount of kilometers that you make running from the forecourt to the cash office to pay, we really have people who are fit there because they run the whole day. So I really appreciate that the industry or the government decided that we must pay better than the other retail companies because they really work hard. I don't want to lie. They really do.
Now, something just came to my mind. Ne? There is almost like a non-communicated rule or something of some sort. It looks like there's a competition between these brands. You will see, but it's a nice competition in a way. I'm talking about the staff now.
Okay.
At some point, we've seen people who are working for Astron Energy going into an Engen garage and then they're dancing together and they create a bit of a competition there. This one is dancing, this one is dancing. So I watched this
I've
video.
never seen that.
Serious?
Never. But I'm not.
Challenges.
No, I'm not on social media that much. I told you I'm not young.
I told you need to allow your son to run the social media. Because now we look at it like, wow.
But that's nice. It's very nice.
It's
I like that.
Refreshing.
But also, I must mention that in our industry, there's nothing called a conflict of interest. As an operator or as business owner, you are allowed to own different oil brands. You can own an Engen, you can own a Shell, you can own an Astron Energy, you can own anything. So there's nothing like a competition. Yes, we compete for the market share and the liters, obviously, but there's no hatred. We love each other. I love my colleagues from Shell. I love my colleagues from BP. We just love each other. We
just
are
like
industry.
Your friend down the road.
Yes, we love each other.
Different companies,
yes.
different companies.
So the oil industry is very loving. There's no fights. There are no fights within the oil industry.
To allow your son to run the social media. You see that thing that I'm telling you about? the fact that all of this dancing challenge, it communicates something to say people are free to express themselves. It makes you like others will. I saw this other time. So this guy, he walks into the petrol station, he's filling up his car. So the petrol attendant is dancing to the song from the car. So he will pretend like he's giving him a card, and then but. Like,
that is nice.
It's refreshing to see.
It's the experience.
Exactly.
The experience.
You just when you look at it, you're like, I wish if I wanna refill my car, if I can find this place.
Yeah, I always say to my staff that we need to offer hospitality on our sites. It's not about customer service anymore. It's about hospitality. When the customer drives in, they must feel like they've drove into a hotel. We must offer more than a customer service, and that's what we are talking about. When they come, they must experience something that they'll never experience down the road. Petrol is petrol. People will fill up anyway. Why the customer will keep coming to you, it's about how you make them feel.
Tango. Right there. You are 110% right. It then leads me to a question that I never thought I was going to ask you. I wanted to find out this. I'm told amongst the petrol suppliers, one is rated higher than the other. I've actually read an article about that, but I don't remember the media house. But I never actually invested in that.
Okay.
Talk to me about that.
South Africans, they vote every year for the best fuel station, for the best this, for the best this. It's done by the marketing companies, the research companies. They do that. They put it out there and people vote. And Engen, I think it's the 16th time we've won the best fuel station in the country. So it's you people who are saying that, not us. We don't boast about that. It's the people out there who are voting because of the experience that they get when they visit our sites.
Okay. But in terms of the actual fall, because when I was reading this, it sounded like there are chemicals. So each company will buy the same petrol, but there are chemicals that they
I don't want to comment on that, right?
Okay, no problem.
Because all I know is that fuel comes from Durban on a pipeline.
Yes.
And it's one fuel in one pipeline. It gets to Joburg and then it goes to different
to a depot somewhere
depots
in
and then it's distributed. So I don't want to get involved on that comment.
No problem. So let's talk about ATMs then. Wait, before we get on, maybe let's explore ATMs. Often you find different brands. Capitec, F&B, you name them. Do they pay rent?
Yes, but very little. It's based on the number of transactions. It's very little. But it's good for us to have the ATM because people, when sometimes they want to fill up, maybe the card is not working, then they will ask them to go in and withdraw from the ATM. It just brings food into the petrol station.
So you are saying having the ATM, it's like your retail, your local supermarket.
Yeah.
Pick and Pay, Shoprite, whatever. They normally say bread and airtime doesn't make them money.
No, it doesn't.
But it's good to bring people in.
Yes, it's like airtime. Airtime doesn't make money.
But it's good to drive traffic.
Because people come for those things.
But they end up buying
other
more
things, because when they come in, they will look around, and us, we always encourage our staff to tell the customers that we've got these promotions in the shop. Come and have a look at what we have. Our cashiers are trained to upsell, to be able to tell the customer, if he came for cigarettes, you must be able to sell them a lighter or a matches. If he came for something else.
Very strategic.
Yeah.
Very strategic. It's like if he buys a car, sell him the insurance as well.
Exactly.
Sell him the tracker.
Exactly. When you buy pie, you must definitely sell them something for heartburn. Because it's guaranteed.
Okay, now let's move to this one. Normally, not all, but normally, taxis will find a garage, a safe place, like a safe spot. You'll find a lot of taxis there. So, this other time I was like, I wonder what's the reason behind this. Is it because the petrol station will say they feel safe?
Yeah.
Because these people, if they park their taxis here, they then bring their own people to guard their taxis.
That's true.
That's you guys benefits.
True. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. It's one of the things. And also, if they park with you, the first thing they will do in the morning, they'll fill up with you. So those are the two things, basically. And, when you have taxi people parking at your side, nobody will just come in and do whatever they like, because the taxi industry will definitely protect you. They do.
So you use our brothers.
I know there's
a protection,
but they also benefit from
it's
parking.
A mutual thing.
It is a mutual relationship. Remember, we've got cameras all over.
Yes.
So it's benefiting them as well to park their taxis at a safe place, because if anything happens or if their taxis are broken into, they can be able to ask us for a footage, and then they'll see what happened. So it's a mutual beneficial relationship.
But those guys, they don't play, because they always bring their people. You take your chances.
Yeah, but they're really good people. I love them to bits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have worked well with them, either in Pietermaritzburg or Alexandra.
No, definitely. And you know what? With the people who run off,
yes.
I just call them and give them the registration. Before the end of the day, that person is back to pay. They found him somewhere and they bring him back. So I never had a problem with runaways.
Then take your chances, guys. Then take your chances. So, okay. You work with Engen Garage.
Yeah.
There's something that had dawned to my mind as you are talking about Engen Garage. It seems Engen Garage is in partnership with Woolworth.
Yeah.
Woolworth will bring their store. Most of the time when you see Woolworth on the go, it's partnered with Engen Garage.
Yeah.
Do you, in any of your petrol stations, have Woolworth?
No. I mean, the township, I can't have a Woolies. My market is not for the Woolies. There's not, where I'm stationed in Alex, it's just behind the mall, the Alex Mall. So there's not even a Woolies at Alex Mall.
Okay.
Because our market does not. I know people in Alexandra, they go to Sandton to buy at Woolies, and I always say, if I can have a Woolies, my Woolies will actually work well in Alexandra because I know them. I know how they behave. But I know I'm just happy with my quick shop, not with the Woolies. In Maritzburg as well, as much as I'm in an industrial area, but I'm happy with my quick shop.
Okay. Now, can you kindly answer the following question then? I met a lady from Eastern Cape. She was here, Sandton. Her intention was to source funding because she had identified the land. She doesn't own the land. She had identified a land. She has done all the necessary stuff. And the reason why she knew what she was doing is because she's been working on a family business, which is a petrol station. So when she was done, even before completing her matric, she's been working in the business. So she understands the business very well.
That's good.
And then after graduating, she's been working in the business. I think at the time when I met her, she had worked in the business after matric for a period of over 10 years. She's been in that business.
Wow.
So she, when she break down everything that goes into formulating this thing, it took me less than 3 minutes to realize that this person knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
So
She's been around.
Yeah, I know she. But she said something this other time. She said that she gave me a perspective about a store, just a normal store in a petrol station. She's like, hey, we sometimes could get a good cash from a store. How true is that?
It depends on the location as well. You know, with sites that are in suburbs, they do very well in the shop than outside. Because remember, people in the suburbs, they go to quick shops because it's convenient. They believe in convenience. So they spend more money. That's why you'll find Woolies are mainly here in Sandton, because they know that those people, they come at night and they'll come and buy when the malls are closed compared to outside. But we in the township, we make more money outside than in the shop, especially me because I'm next to the mall. My site, it doesn't do well during the day when the mall is still open. But once the mall is closed, then that's where my site starts picking up. I must say for this year, I've done very well compared to the other years. And even Engen, they came to my site to ask, how did I do it? Because our sales, they just went up. But I always say it's consistency and cleanliness. With me, cleanliness is top. You know, I always say it's close to godliness. My staff, they know, as soon as I park, the first thing I go is a paper. I pick it up immediately because I can't stand that. One time there was a white guy who came to our site in Alexandra and he said, yo, this site is so clean. You'll never say it's in the rural area. I said, sorry, sir, this is not the rural area. We are in Sandton. Because Alex is in Sandton.
That's true. Even in terms of the crime committed in Sandton, like when you listen to police, they will always say, normally, these are the people from Alex who will just come to Sandton, make some quick cash and then run away.
That's not true. No.
They've got data to back it up.
No, that's not my people.
But it's fine. So tell me something there in terms of the cleanliness. Does it make any difference in terms of client experience?
Yes, it does. If you look at you can go on the research. This one has been researched and I can prove it to you. Most restaurants who make more money, it's not about the food. It's about the toilets, how clean it was. So for me, cleanliness is very important and I've seen it has made a difference in my shop. My lady here in Joburg, who's my merchandiser, the way she's so clean and the way she does the shop, she merchandises the shop. The one in KZN even said to me, Mom, you know Londi in Joburg, the way she puts the ships, it's like she irons them. That's how neat she is. She's amazing. My shop is so clean.
I want to tell you something. The truth is, I asked that question knowing the answer. I'm not driving these days. I'm Ubering. But when I get a car, I tell you the truth, it matters.
It does.
The cleanliness.
No, it does.
It matters. There are petrol stations I will never go to because it's not like they don't have good petrol, but the area you get in
You'll
there.
You'll be so shocked at some in 4 ways. They are crazy dirty. I mean,
Seen that.
And you think to yourself, why in a place like this, a toilet in a petrol station is dirty? And for me, because I'm very sensitive when it comes to things like that, the minute I come out, I will call it's not even my petrol station, but I will call the people who work there and I will tell them, please go and clean the toilet. The toilet doesn't look good because that's how I am.
Okay. So now, I want to close. I want to allow you to attend the next appointment. I will kindly ask you, what are the challenges that you guys are facing? I wouldn't have asked you some of those questions because I don't have the first-hand experience or I've never worked in it, so I wouldn't understand some of them. probably you do better than I. What are those challenges that you know?
Okay. Most of the time, it's the cash flow. The challenge is always the cash flow. You'll find that people who don't make it in our industry are people who have bought the fuel station at a very high price. And then when it's time to pay back the loans, then they struggle because the price was not talking to the numbers. There are so many reasons for that. Some is you'll buy a fuel station in a suburb, say a white suburb where the white people were supporting because it was a white person before. The minute you go in as a black person, the white people run away. But now you bought the petrol station at those numbers, at those high numbers. Now the loan cannot pay back that money that you went and asked for. So those are one of the things that cause problems. And the other one I mentioned that when you look at the turnover, you think it's yours and it's not yours. But yeah, those are the main challenges. But then the theft as well. Oh, also I forgot another one. And we're coming to it now because it's the time of the year. The bank, the bombs and the robberies.
I wanted to ask you about that, but yeah, please continue.
That's the worst. We started praying and fasting during this time. It's our time to pray and fast with women because those are the main challenges and those are the things we cannot control. Because some people in this country, they don't want to work. They just want to take. We must work the whole year for them. Come December, they must come and bomb our sites or take money from us. But we trust in God for protection and God will protect us.
Have you experienced that yourself in one of your petrol stations?
No. In the past, long time ago, not recently. Yeah, but it's been happening throughout every year. We get those stories, and it's really bad. We really ask Uguti, because you know what? We are also trying. You know, we've got children, we've got staff to pay. You know, we don't deserve this. It's really sad.
You are very much passionate about women. When I called you, you were in a meeting, you spoke more about women. I see even the color of your nails is meshing with what was happening in the country recently, 2 days ago. You're very passionate about it. You're allowed to say anything. I don't want to ask you a specific question.
October was wearing pink.
I don't want to ask you a specific question about it. You can say anything that is in your chest.
No, I'm a mother of boys, by the way, but I love women. I always believe that as women, we need to hold each other with our hands and lift each other up. You know, there's this thing in the country, we have this thing of pressing each other down. I don't promote that. You know, us, especially the elder ones, it's our responsibility to take the young ones, the young women up and push them up and make sure we bring them up with us. And we teach them and we tell them what they are going to come across in this industry. We really need more young girls to come into our industry. And Mina, I'm a phone call away. I'm here. I will always help them to give them the direction because I've been around. I know what they're going to come up with. And honestly speaking, young women, we need them. I can't say this enough because this industry has been dominantly guys, especially Indians and blacks. But we really need our sisters. And like I said, I'm here for them. If you happen to share my details, I would really be looking forward to hear from young ladies who want to come into our industry. We will welcome them with open arms. We currently have a group of women in petroleum. It's an 85-member, which I started 8 years ago. And we are inviting more ladies to come and join us. We are really looking forward to have more girls.
Okay.
We're going to change this country.
Okay, tell me something. Ne? Are you saying that your numbers, your contact must be shared privately, right? Because I don't want people to say, but they shouldn't be on the screen. You know,
yeah.
So put your number on the screen.
If somebody is asking, then you can share my numbers.
You are simply saying you are willing to mentor people.
Yes, I am.
I was going to ask you that question.
And yes,
you already
I am.
Answered that
question.
question.
Yes, I am.
But maybe a young man, a young guy will say, but what about me?
Even guys, I have guys that I've mentored. I have them. Some of them, they're still on my side. And I'm working very strongly to make sure that in the next 3 or 5 years, they own their own sites. I do mentor anybody. There are others who just come on site and they'll say, Mom Tam, we just want to learn how to run a fuel station. And I would say, how much time do you have? Do you have a month or 2 or 3? And I will bring them on board. And they will start from being a petrol attendant to being a merchandiser, to learn everything, to be a cashier, to go to the back office. And then when they're ready, then I will let them go. I said, okay, fine. Are you ready now? You can go. But anytime you need help, you can always come back.
Okay. There's this mentorship that I always think of. Ne? I don't know if you will offer it, but you will let me know.
Mm-hmm.
What if there's a person somewhere who will be like, I don't want to own a petrol station, but I want to be mentored in business. So for instance, a person will say, weekends I'm available. So I will come during weekends just to learn, during weekends.
Yeah.
Just to learn business. I just want to know how this thing works.
I
So you are
encourage that.
mentoring me and making it practically so. But you don't get to spend money on petrol and everything or on my transportation. I'm just here to learn.
Yeah.
Such mentorship.
Anything is open for me as long as it's young people who want to make a difference in this country. With my own children, my nieces and my nephews, when they're at varsity or even at school, they come to work at the garage because that's what we are teaching them, my brother and I, to say they need to understand the value of money. When they're on holiday, they come and work. There's nothing for free in my house.
Okay.
Everybody works. My son is 16, he's already working at the garage. My nephew is 18, he's doing matric. He's already phoned me to say, Auntie, let's think of the schedule. When am I going to work? My nieces, my nephews, all of them have been through this industry because I want them to understand the business. I always say to them, if I die today, there's not going to be a stranger who's going to come and take away this. You guys must run with it. And they know this. All of them.
Okay. Now, my last question, or probably. Today I'm alone because I'm operating the camera, so I need to check. But yeah, it's fine. I want to know, I've seen people selling petrol and diesel mobile. Will you consider doing it?
No, I won't.
Why?
I won't. That I don't think that's regulated. I'm not even sure where you saw it, but I don't think it's
Seen it
regulated.
even on TikTok. I've seen it.
the Department
videos.
of
I've seen
Energy.
people actual physically. So I've seen people walking around with
No,
it.
then the Department of Energy has got a lot of work to do because I don't think that is legal in the country, and they need to really go for them because think about it. Those people are taking away the business from us.
Okay.
And we are paying rents. We are paying this. We are paying that. So that's illegal in the country. That's not allowed.
Okay. So my last question, my remarks is that I needed to understand this whole thing. I think you have been great in the little time that we had. Probably in the future, I'll ask for part 2. I'll ask for recommendations. I just want to understand this, but the intention is to make sure that 5-10 years down the line, somebody will come to this video and say, I want to understand this business as well. Then the intention is to find something online that they can watch and get inspiration and it will spark something. That's the intention.
No, there is a lady who's running workshops. I'm trying to think of the name, but a company's name, but her name is Xolile Zwane. She runs workshop on the industry. She talks about the upstream and all the things about this industry, from wholesale to retail. So if we talk again, I will give you her details because she's got more information on things like that, and she does training on people. Her name is Xolile Zwane.
Okay.
Imangwanana, I think, is the name of her company. You can Google it up as well.
Okay.
Yeah, she gives workshops on the industry. She's brilliant and she's a lady.
Okay.
Of course, I said she.
Yeah. No, your last words. This is your camera. Anything that I didn't ask you, anything that is in your chest, this is your camera.
I'm just inviting young people, both boys and girls. I love my boys. I'm a mother of boys, to come in. We are here to help them. They say the cake is very big. We can all cut and have small pieces of the cake. We can all share in this cake. So the industry is open. We can build this. I know people always think, they talk about electric cars that are coming that thing will only happen maybe in 20 years' time. Yes, they are very big these days, but we also are moving with the times. We are going to be putting up those chargers on our petrol stations. We are not going to be left behind. So, guys, don't think that our petrol stations are going to go away. Maybe I'll already be gone by the times when the petrol industry is dying. But I promise you, there are so many countries who live on petrol. I mean, there's no way it will go away. So the industry is there. It will still exist for the next few generations. So if you are looking for a business that you can build for your generations to come, the oil industry is the place to be. Please come and join us.
Thank you very much. Because of time, let's end the episode here. It has been a great pleasure.
Thank you.
Always wanted to get somebody in this space. Always wanted. But yeah, thank you very much.